Welcome. It's another episode of That Little Gay Talk Show. I'm your host, Joel Tatum.
And I'm your host, Julio Briceño.
And as you can see, once again,
waking up gay as fuck.
I woke up gay as fuck today. Gay as fuck.
Gay, yeah.
You know what? This is what that shirt should actually say. I woke up gay as fuck.
Period.
You know, the funny thing is that the first time I bought this show, I think was
1970 what?
Girl, I wish.
Are you and that shirt as old as each other?
I mean, I could have been sitting in front of the TV with my parents watching Good Times with the T-shirt that says
Not
"Woke up gay again."
Mm-hmm. Good. That one way he says, "What you talking about?"
Right after All in the Family.
That part. Oh, girl.
And Three's Company. Although I don't think they didn't all come on at the same time. I think those two were in the 70s and Three's Company was in the 80s. But still,
right. Period.
But period. There we go.
Joel, how have you been?
Oh my God,
we've had an interesting couple of weeks, in a good way, in a bad way.
We've had an interesting couple of months. We've had up and down issues with the job.
To be honest,
we've had emotional issues that we are working through slowly.
What are emotions?
I don't know, but I found them out. I always find them out around the holidays.
Can you buy those on Amazon? Are they on Prime?
They start honestly for men.
To emotions.
For men, they start in late October after Halloween.
Is this Destiny's Child's emotions?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right after Halloween, and leading all the way up to Christmas.
Period.
Mm-hmm. And you can buy a bottle of it at Specs. Or
buy a bottle of emotions at Specs, so it comes in different versions.
Or you can go to Circle K and get it late at night.
It's also available at the bathhouse, at the library, the bookstore.
Are there still bookstores?
There are, girl. Not that I would know by experience, but working in the gay community, you still hear the stories. And yeah.
Wait, how do you know about bookstores?
Girl, who doesn't know about bookstores in the gay community? Mama.
You're a millennial. Have you ever been to a bookstore?
Bookstores is generational, so girl, everybody knows.
So yes, he's been to a bookstore.
Not really. I actually went into one by accident. I was trying to go to a smoke shop to buy some supplies, and I walked into. They're like, "Hi, how can we help you?" I was like, "Am I at the right place?" They're like, "No, that was the one next door." And I was like, "Thank you."
And you didn't stay?
No,
you should have stayed.
I was so naive at the time. I was scared of anything. I was like, that's scary.
You should have stayed. You would have saw some things.
Now that I know this, I would have stayed. Now that I know what I know, it's like, why didn't I stay? God dang it!
Because for those in the Gen Xers, y'all know what a bookstore is.
Okay. Trust me, everybody knows what a bookstore is.
And we used to, and you know, the one that everybody used to tell me about is the one on, I think it was on I-45.
Oh, that's a famous one.
I think it was on I-45 or 610.
There's several. They're pretty popular. I used to know a guy that I think owned and ran one, Kale. I don't know if you ever met him, Kale. He was always, when I was bartending at Eagle, he would always come in. Really sweet, nice guy. Just don't get on his bad side, because once you saw his bad, he pissed him off. Ooh, he was an angry old man, but he's a sweetheart. I haven't seen him in a while, actually. But yeah, he still comes around. He used to tell me stories about like what shit that he used to do. He's an old queen, like older, third generation queen, like
40.
She can go at any minute now, older queens. Like, she just, the stories that she tells you, bro, I used to laugh. I used to just like reminisce in his own stories.
I was probably in a couple of those.
Okay, co-starring, featuring.
If you heard a story and you went, wait a minute.
Kel used to tell me that he used to, back in the day, this is a man who's always been an entrepreneur, has been done well for himself. So at the time, back in in his heydays, which I think was the 70s, right around that time, he used to own like a brand new Corvette. He said, I used to pull up to the neighborhood, park my car, and flip them and turn them. Get in there, find me a new one, fuck them, drop them off, pick up a new one, fuck them, drop them off. And he would just tell me these stories. I was like, hell, for real? It's like, dude, back in my day, back in my prime, I was like, I believe it. I can see it. He's like, yeah, I used to come in here and own this neighborhood. I was like,
yeah, now the millennials are too emotionally stable to do that kind of stuff.
How dare they
get self-esteem and talk about body issues and that kind of stuff.
Getting therapy and stuff.
Want to hang out with
suffer like the rest of us.
Yeah, exactly. Talking about hanging out with people of color and that kind of stuff. I mean, really.
Who would do such a thing? But yeah. So anyway. Don't take us serious, please.
Please don't.
And if you know what, we need the attention. So yeah, roast us, comment about us, duet this video, send it to the news, send it to We need the promotion.
You know what?
We need the free promotion. Just please.
You know what? The funny thing is, though, he keeps saying roast us. What's going to happen is that everybody's going to go like, you know, Julio, he's like super hot, but his co-host, I got some stuff to say about him.
Period. But now we're back in the studio. Now we're like, we did have a couple weird weeks. So we were like on and off. And that was because we have personal things that were going on. So don't think that we got lazy or we forgot y'all. We didn't. We just kind of had personal things going on, whether it was in your life or my life. We had holidays also coincidentally. So, and the way we're trying to structure the show is to kind of be able to work on both of our schedules, both of our times, and include the holidays too at the same time.
Exactly. Which, by the way, the holidays.
I know the last episode we did was after Thanksgiving. So it was at Easton Studio, Out and Proud Live Studio.
Yeah, Out and Proud Live. But the video didn't go out till Monday, so honestly, it felt like a week.
Literally, that was on my part, production-wise, delays. So I learned something about my computer. Apparently, when I started messing around with the video portion in my computer, the software was allocating the files to the wrong place. Okay. And it took over my computer's like short memory RAM, if you will. And anytime I try to do anything, you can't do it. There's not enough memory. You can't do it. And I was like, what the fuck? I just bought this computer. Like, how shouldn't have even doing this? Call customer service. Thank you for Apple. Apple, thank you for the customer service because like they came through. She like got on she was like, can I mirror with you? And I was like, what does that mean? She's like, let me click in with you and I can see what you're seeing on the screen. And sure enough, she clicked in. She's like, click here, click there, click over there. Boom. See, that's the problem right there. The storage is not distributed correctly. Delete these files. And I was like, let's delete them, bitch. I got my computer has 1 terabyte internal memory. It took up 900. Whatever the fuck I did took up 900 gigabytes of memory. What? So my computer was like, girl, we don't have room for your shit. And I deleted it all, got my memory back. It was just files that for whatever reason were taken over. So then on top of that, I was working on the Montrose Angels calendar. I was helping do the graphic design for like the dates portion of the calendar, and then helping create the cover and the back cover for it. So and some of the internal pages. So I was like, that was focused on 2 projects at once. Our episode wasn't uploading, and so I was literally upset because I've already invested enough money in like a new computer, new software to like produce some badass quality content. And here's my shit going, sorry girl, we can't help you. Bitch, for the price I paid for host, you better help me.
Well, you know the first time you bought the camera, which
oh my god, yeah,
you had so many issues. There were so many issues.
So the new
which
camera,
led you to buy the new computer in the first place
because the new camera records in such high quality. In such damn near 4K footage, even at the lowest setting, it's still 4K. And my other devices, my iPad, that I bought like 2-3 years ago, could not handle the footage. It took forever to even try to upload 1%, hours to even go 1%. My old computer was old. Literally, that hoe didn't even recognize though. She was like, "What? What this is? Like, you don't do that."
Can I say something? I'm going to show everybody a face because he said that he used this super fancy camera with the 4K and everything else and tried to upload it to an iPad. I'm like...
Which you can. With the newer iPads, you can do it. So I thought with mine, this is newer, got it, it's going to handle it. Nah, girl. Like...
the moment she told me that, I went, girl, get yourself a computer.
On the wrong day. You got the right girl on the wrong day. And I was just like, okay, mamas, period.
Because you were almost crying. You were like, I can't get this to work.
I was stressed the fuck out. I went out of my way to like... Google, search, watch YouTube videos, how to upload, how to work with, and at the end of the day, I realized it's just my equipment. It's outdated. It just can't handle the newer shit. Even if I do upgrade the software, and I keep my shit up to date. So
I think he yelled at his man and all kinds of stuff.
He helped me out at one point. He sure did. He did. He came through for me. He actually helped me get. So he helped me get one of the videos converted to a smaller file. Got the video. Then the video itself had audio issues. Like towards the end, we lost a good 15 minutes of it. It was like, so I had to put like, then I was gonna put that out, but I was like, no. So finally, I got the new computer and I just got in there. Final Cut Pro, downloaded it. I didn't know shit how to work Final Cut Pro. I did the basics where I was like, I just need to put the show together, mamas, and then from there we can learn later. So I put her on there, got the show out. I was like, thank you God. Like a whole ass week later, literally, damn near the next Wednesday.
You know what though? It did bring back how I felt when I first started doing audio editing for the show, because I had to learn so much.
So now
on audio, because the show, I mean, if I think you can go all the way back. Yeah, I mean all the way back, and I think I still have a few episodes, like from the pilot episode of the absolute, and it was called Joel and Randy's Texas Tea at the time.
Yep,
and The audio was so bad.
Ooh, girl.
Oh, it was so bad.
That's how you learn sometimes, though.
I know, but I didn't even have any of this.
Same for the video. When we started our first season, like season 3, episode 1, I've looked I was actually on our YouTube page looking and editing some stuff on there and rearranging. And when I saw our first video to where we are now, I'm like, girl, we came up. We glowed up. We glued up, Bubba.
We glued up.
We got flued out and everything.
But so I felt your pain when you were talking about, because you know what? I didn't actually have my big computer.
I was stressing, girl.
Until I decided, you know what? I need a powerful computer because it's not going to work.
So I ended up buying the newest MacBook Pro, M1 chip. That M1 chip makes miracles happen, baby. She goes through that 4K footage like it was chump change. Like, what? 4K what? 4K who? I'm just like, girl. Like, I'm over here uploading 5 seconds. I'm done. She's ready. And I'm like, what? I thought you were going to take like 10 minutes to up. No. She's like, it's imported. Come on. You can work now. And
she was like, just stick it in there, baby. I got more.
Can I get
Can I get more? Yes.
Daddy.
And then she asked for an orgy. I'm like, what?
And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our show. You have a great afternoon.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, ends how to work a computer.
Period. Right, the whole thing. So now, ever since I put that episode out, I've dedicated time in my mornings to like learn new tricks, figure the software out, play around with the software, like get more. Now I'm down to where like, bitch, these new episodes coming up, bitch. Hollywood's gonna come. Can y'all take that shit down? They're gonna come knocking.
Can y'all stop?
It ain't cute. You thought it was cute, but what you're not gonna do. Yeah, that part.
I think on one of the TikToks there's a what's been going around for a little bit is these queens would be like looking like they're passed out, and they'll wake up and go, you know, I was dead, but you still ain't cute. Now I know I got it wrong. I know I might have been dead, but you still ain't cute.
Period.
So yeah,
Period.
I'm sorry if I got it wrong. I'm sorry, you know
that part.
And let me tell you something. As a Gen Xer, none of my Gen X friends like TikTok. They do not like TikTok.
Oh,
I'm like, what?
You didn't like TikTok till
I didn't like TikTok.
You had to force feed it down your throat, and not in the way you like it. And you were like, no, I don't know why.
TikTok is for
now. Every other sentence is like TikTok this, TikTok that. Hey, we should follow these people. We should do
TikTok. I'm sorry, but TikTok to me was like Grindr. It's like Grindr. I'm over 40. I don't use Grindr. What I love is that
the algorithm found you to the things that you like, the things that you cater to, and now you're like, oh my god, I've learned so. I mean, you learn a fuckload on TikTok. I learned how to make French toast on TikTok the other day. Literally, I was at home. I had all the ingredients. And I was like, "How do you make French toast?" I really didn't know. And I TikTok search French toast, bitch. 20 tutorials right off the bat. Highest viewed. I clicked on one. I was like, "That's the one I like."
You know, I am a big anime person, but I was starting to run out of anime to watch because I'm like, I don't like to randomly watch anime because I never know what's good and what's not. But suddenly, I follow one TikToker on TikTok,
and now she's an anime expert. Now she can give you a whole rundown.
Ask me which anime you want to watch, which I think you should watch today, and I will tell you.
Period.
Because I've gotten some of the best anime knowledge.
Now you're that girl.
Because now I'm that girl.
Now you're that girl.
But you know what, though? I will say this about TikTok.
Oh, slam the coffee cup.
Yes.
She means this. Listen up, y'all.
This whole gray sweatsuit sweatpants thing is getting a little out of hand.
Yeah, there's some that get a little too carried away. There's some that's
getting
cute,
a little out of hand.
I still watch though.
I mean, I didn't say I didn't watch.
Girl,
I never said I didn't
gray sweatpants. No matter where I'm at in the world, in the city, I will straight look at the dick first, and then even if they make them uncomfortable, I'm like, you wore them, but I think it's for them. But
I think it's getting out of hand simply because I feel like, wait a minute, I said something topical in a video. I got 14 views. All he did was swing his dick in a pair of sweatpants.
1.5 million.
1.5 million. I'm like, what?
Still ain't shit.
And he still ain't shit.
Still.
And I'm having a hard time telling the gay ones from the straight ones because so many of the straight guys are doing it now.
They're gay bait, if you will. They just bait the gays and like, hey, because they know that the gays and the girls are the thirst traps.
The thirst traps. And I'm like, wait a minute, I don't feel like doing all that.
Every single time. Damn you, TikTok.
Because then I have to go to their Instagram and then find out that they have a girlfriend, and then it's like, oh my God.
I have to explain to my boyfriend why that sound is replaying over and over.
Yeah, and it's like,
what are you watching? Nothing. This cat footage.
We got a little off topic though, because I really want to go back and talk about, and I'm sure you're going to put the video up and some pictures and all this other stuff, but we really need to go back to the charity organization you've been working with.
Okay, so so basically Montrose Angels is the name of the organization. You can find them on social media, Instagram, I believe on Facebook. I'm not sure if they have that up yet. They partnered up with Lupe Salas, who is a drag husband to Rain LaRue, and he had this vision, he had this idea of creating a calendar, and so he reached out to a few people, and then we all kind of just grouped up and said, we're going to help you make your vision come to life. We're going to partner, and then he partnered up with Montrose Angels, and so he pretty much recruited me and another person. So there's three of us. It's Lupe, Piero, Victor, and myself. Piero and Lupe executive produced the whole thing. They did that most of the behind the scenes stuff to get the calendar going. Victor helped with the photography. Victor Contreras, I'll put all of their social media as I'm talking about them. He put the photography together, and then I just kind of volunteered and helped do some of the graphic work and design. I showed them hey, this is what I think, and they're like, oh my God, we love it. Keep going. And so I kept going. So I helped them out with creating a look for the calendar. And so today is Wednesday the 15th when we're recording this. So they're having a calendar release party today at Rebar. It starts at 9 p.m. But by the time the video and the episode comes out, it'll be afterwards.
Of course.
But if you are interested in looking at the calendar, I'll provide the links where you can see, where you can buy, where you can purchase, if you're interested in that, which I highly encourage, because Montrose Angels is basically a local charity that was created by some bartenders to help out people in the community. If you are down on your luck, you came across an unexpected financial situation where you're like, hey, my house burnt down and I need somewhere to stay, or I don't know, just whatever the scenario is, they're going to be able to help you out. You just have to reach out to the right people direct or in that organization. I'm more like on the background scene. I just like to help them out whenever it comes to creative projects. So you have to reach out to them directly. I'll provide you links either in the description or in this video. And so anything that when you buy the calendar, it's going to go towards the fund. So whenever anybody has an unexpected situation and emergency, then they will be able to look over your case and help you out with that.
I love the fact that you're working with a local queer
and that's what organization. It is. All queer LGBTQ plus run, and there's a lot of good intentions behind it. So I will show you guys I did a behind the scenes footage for their calendar shoot, so I'll post that up now. And that way you guys can see what's going on. So basically it shows several of the queens that participated in the shoot. It shows Victor Contreras doing the photography. And yeah. So I'll provide the links. I'll provide the information where you can find them. You can reach out. They also have a Venmo. So if you don't feel like buying a calendar, if you don't feel like doing that, they have a Venmo. You can just donate to them.
Exactly.
So yeah, that part.
And like I said, Julio has been out in the community, doing that kind of stuff. I think I will start getting back out in the community. Like I said, I've been going through some personal issues. I had to deal with a lot of stuff over the holidays and that kind of thing, and trying to get certain things in my life together. So now that I feel like everything's coming into place.
By the way, how are things with you? Catch us up on that.
I
know that people want to know. People, people. I had Tom. I saw Tom, and he asked me. Tom Rainey. We featured him once. A little clip of him.
We feature him a lot.
Okay, and we talk about him all day. Tom, we should get you on the show.
We should get you on the show.
I know that you're listening. You're watching something like that. If you're interested in being on the show, just let me know.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll come to you, and we'll record an episode of your house, and you can show us. We talk to you. We can have a good conversation. Whatever you want to do. I think he's in real estate, if I'm not wrong. I know we've had several short conversations, but I think, and he does a lot of networking events. So he always shows up to the bar very nicely dressed, and I'm like, girl, where are you coming from? He's like, I just came from this networking event. I did this, I did that. So we'd be interested in talking to Tom.
Yeah, we would be interested in sitting down and talking to Tom. And, for those of you who are watching across the country, if you decide to move to Houston, that could be a shout out for Tom.
Period.
For when you decide to come to Houston. Couple of things, though. You move to Houston, you have to deal with construction and traffic.
Period. All
because Houston is just ever growing.
Houston, traffic, and Joel.
Houston, traffic, and Joel. In no such order, by the way.
You can stay at his house, rent free, no charge.
Oh, no, we.
You can share the same bed.
I'm sorry, no, we not. No, we got bills to pay, honey. No, I got equipment to buy.
She said, no, mama.
No,
fuck your free.
Fuck your free. I mean, I'm trying to.
That should be a quote. Fuck your free.
I'm trying to find a sugar senior right now because I'm middle aged, so I can't.
A sugar senior.
I'm looking for a daddy in his 80s and 90s.
What would we call a sugar daddy? Senior sugar daddy.
Yes, in his 80s and 90s, who has one foot in the grave, but
want that sugar plus.
Yes, but wants to still have a good time before he goes.
We want that sugar elite.
Wants to spend a little money before he has to leave it to whoever he wants to leave it to.
We want that Anna Nicole.
Yes.
We want that kind of
We want the
sugar.
Anna Nicole without me dying kind of thing. So
preferably you dying and leaving me in the wheel.
Yeah, exactly.
Babe, can you sign this power of attorney?
Can I say this though? I don't want the will. You can leave it to your kids, grandkids, whoever you want.
Give me a size set amount.
I just want a little
a secret side amount. Only
just
you,
a secret
you and your
side
know
amount.
about it.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody else got to know.
Nobody has to
Let
know.
the kids fight over it.
I'm not even going to show up to the will reading. I will just
Would
say.
you at least go to the funeral? Say I'm a friend. You know, I was there for him in the hard.
Yes, I'll tell him I was his nurse. Or I was his companion. I was his companion.
Mm-hmm. She gave him a personal sponge bath. Just come here, Jack.
Although somebody's going to go, you know what?
Let me rub you up and down. Let me mama take care of you. I think the alcohol's in because I'm getting it.
You know what's going to happen though? Somebody's going to go.
Anything, so the alcohol's definitely hitting right now.
I know. You know what's going to happen?
The coffee. If you're still watching on YouTube, this is coffee.
It's coffee. But you know what's going to happen though? Somebody's going to go, oh, I saw you on YouTube or TikTok, so you can't be a nurse. I'm like, why? Oh, there's all kinds of nurses on YouTube.
I'm qualified. I'm that girl.
He went out happy. You see that smile in the casket? That was me.
Period.
That was all me.
Come through, Joe Nicole.
Mm-hmm. So, I just...
Anna Nicole, Joe Nicole.
Like I said, I'm not trying to...
Joe Nicole Smith.
I'm not trying to get into the wheel. I just want a little shopping money left over or to pay the bills money for a little while.
Right.
That's it.
And she had a billionaire, bro. Imagine even if you left, you're like, I'm going to give you 1% of my wealth. Bitch, you're still rich.
Mm-hmm.
Rich. Off of $1 billion, that's what, $100 million, I think, maybe? $10 million or something like that?
I think that's $10 million.
Because I'm a math expert. I graduated at YouTube University.
He's pretty, but that's about it.
That's as far as it goes. That's all I can do for us. That's as far as the ship sails.
We don't want to get too much into math. I mean, we are not. No, we don't want to get too.
Not my strong suit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also speaking of like projects I've been working on, I worked on a good project with Miss Charlotte Shottgunz.
Yes, Charlotte Shottgunz, my former co-host and the love of my life.
Because I have this new camera and I've been really heavy into videography and things of that nature. At one point, I was comfortable and ready enough that with that camera, I was like, Charlotte, let's do a video or something. So I texted her, and she like called me back. She's like, immediately within the text, and it was like, hey, what are you thinking about? What do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know, throw something at me. And she's like, vampires. And I was like, okay, I'll fuck with that. Like, let's do it. Why not? So we developed, like, within that conversation, within 5 minutes of like talking, we just developed a whole like plot storyline. So we ended up organizing it, talked about what it was going to be, and then, which that one is on my personal YouTube page. I'll put a link to that one so y'all can see it either also on the video and in the description. I had a lot of work. So I'm going to put that up there. But basically, the idea was, I don't know if you got this perception of, so she was a vampiress of the night. And the scene starts out her walking to her bathtub. She's drinking the victim's blood at that moment. She gets drunk on the victim's blood, passes out, wakes up and realizes, shit, I'm out. I need more blood to drink so I can black out again. Goes out into the nightlife, finds two young men, beautiful, attractive. They kind of hit it off. They start being very sexual with each other, and she invites them back to her house. So she goes back to her house with them. They're having a little kiki on the couch. They pass out. She puts a little something in her drink. They pass out. And then it cuts into like, the scene ends with basically she's drinking her new victim's blood. Now she has two. And so,
I'm going to be honest, that's not what I got.
Really?
What I got was a femme fatale
okay.
who stalked men in the night. She was drinking wine in the bathtub, coming up with new ideas on who she was going to kill next.
There we go.
And enjoying herself.
Yes.
Well, so that's why I gave you that whole David Lynch kind of thing.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because I felt like that's what Vampire never came into it. I thought Femme Fatale.
Yeah,
who serial killer kind of thing.
Red lighting in the video. She had she drew blood in her tour like she was drinking blood.
I think that's where I didn't get the.
But it's your perception of it is similar to kind of what I described.
Exactly.
You got the gist of it. Like, okay, she's looking for victims. She's drinking something,
and she found 2 victims, and she poisoned them for her own pleasure.
Correct.
And that's what I got from it. And I thought
exactly it.
I thought this is. I said Charlotte is messed up.
The aesthetic on the videos was on purpose, dark, grainy, because that's Charlotte's aesthetic. She likes that alternative looking stuff, and I do too. I live for that stuff. So that we created that. I just had fun editing the hell out of that video. I had to cut out some good scenes, but it was worth it though. So that was just a little creativity. That was just having fun with it. It was and it got a lot of views. Too, by the way, a fuckload of views. So I will post a link, or I'll show you the link here where you can see the video.
Well, you'll see how much of the video you're going to show on the show today. Maybe about 30, 40 seconds.
Yeah, something like that. I'll do a little example of what the video was, and then you guys can see the rest of it on my YouTube page.
You know what? I challenge people to see this video and you come up with your perspective on what you saw in that video. That. Because, like I said, I saw Femme Fatale.
Yeah.
I saw...
Nice. That's a compliment.
Yeah, I saw Femme Fatale who...
You gave me a really good review when you wrote back. Like, oh my God, like I loved it. And a lot of people did. They were like, that's pretty
I was engrossed. I was engrossed, but I did not get the vampire act. I will say this, I did not get the vampire act.
We didn't really focus on her vampire vibe, but that was the inspiration. So I can see where you get, because I didn't focus in on fangs or nothing like that, or we didn't make it look like it was blood. It was just like she's hunting for the next victim, essentially. So
I think we both kind of... We just saw it from 2 points of view, but we really did get... the theme was really the same.
Yeah. And I'm glad, because that's... As I'm developing storytelling, I like storytelling when it comes to video and creating personal projects. I like storytelling, create concepts, ideas, and then I've gotten to a point now where I've messed around enough with photography and video that I know how to. I'm learning and I'm knowing how to deliver a storyline, how to angles, perception, and how to the flow of what you're watching instead of not watching something like, what the fuck's going on? I'm confused. I don't like that. I want you to, like you said, you watched it and you pretty much, even though my description was different than yours, it was still the same. Like you still got the same. So that lets me know the message conveyed. Like as somebody who just does this for fun, it makes me happy hearing that. So knowing that the rest of the people that saw it saw something similar.
Yeah, exactly. Because the moment I was watching this video, I'm like, this is so Charlotte.
Yeah,
this is exactly Charlotte.
Oh yeah,
and I thought, when you are directing a video with someone who, and Charlotte is very creative.
Yes.
And and by the way, Charlotte Shottgunz, y'all find her on all the social medias.
All at her ats and all that stuff. So y'all will see it.
And I had the pleasure of having her as a co-host for almost a year and a half, and we've had a great time together.
Heck yeah!
But to see her,
that was season 2. So if y'all want to go back on some of those episodes,
yeah, exactly. 2. But it was a pleasure to see her being creative, because I know that she had gone through a little rough patch for a little bit. And to see her being creative, and showing off who she is. I love working with Charlotte.
Charlotte is so easy to work with. So, Charlotte, if you're watching, girl, you were so easy to work with.
Yes.
You were very open to anything and everything. You literally you came up with, you and I, discussed the whole video shoot within, 5 minutes of our conversation. Well, vampires. And then after that, in my mind, and I'm one of those people, Joe knows this. Sometimes I throw so many fucking ideas out that he's just like, whoa, let me, because I throw them out, and I just purge whatever I'm thinking, and
you throw everything at the whiteboard.
Yes.
And then I'm like, wait a minute, there's 15,000 things on this whiteboard.
Because that's when I think, that's how I think because I'm so used to being in projects and working with people that you have to be ready to go and throw ideas out on the spot, in the moment. So with her on the phone, it was seamless. It was so she told me, yes, and then I called her back. I sent her a voice note explaining what I explained to you, how this is what I think the plot should be, and she was like, yes, let's do it. We set it up. She has a friend that has a beautiful home. I think his name is Kevin, if I'm not wrong. He has a beautiful house.
The bar scene, was that done at
Eagle?
At the Eagle?
That was done at the Eagle.
That was done at the Eagle. Okay.
And then I recorded. Charles was the bartender in the scene, and he didn't even know he was in it. He was just oblivious to anything that was going on. He was just doing his job, which I wanted that. I didn't want him to know he was on video because I didn't want him to think he had to perform or act a certain way or move. I was like, just naturally be him. And then Charlotte knew what was going on. I even told her, don't say nothing, just order. Go with it, whatever. And then, we had fun. I even sent that to the GM at Eagle, and he's like, I like it. It's badass. That's a dope video. Thank you. But,
it really is a dope video. And Charlotte, use that in your resume, girl.
Period. It's on my YouTube, so I'll post the links and all that stuff. So
she also posted it on. Did she post it on her page as well, or?
Yeah. So she shared it. She posted it to social media, and it's always there. So the link is always there. But those are the projects I've been working on. So Montrose Angels, Charlotte's videos. I have new projects coming up that I just love. I just love delving into projects and anything that makes me creative, anything that makes me lets me express my own personal creativity. I fucking thrive, and you know that, and you've seen it.
Yes, I know.
You've been new, mama.
I've been new.
You've been done new.
I've been new. The first time I met him, he went, "Hey, I love y'all.
Yeah.
I love y'all. I really do." But here are 50 ideas that I have for y'all. Charlotte and I looked at each other with, this bitch, first of all, needs to calm down.
Okay. Second of all, you were just a guest.
You were just a guest, so just calm down. And then secondly,
our show.
I went, wait a minute. Charlotte, she actually has some good ideas.
Okay.
The logo was all her.
Period.
And by the way, that logo sat around for a month before we both looked around and went, you know what? We need a new logo for it. Because Charlotte said,
messaged me, they're like, we're going to use it. And I was like, thank you.
Yeah, because Charlotte said, Joel, you know what? We need a new logo for the show. And I'm like, well, we have to think of a logo. And I looked at what he sent us and I'm like,
wait a minute.
Why not use this?
So I'm just going to say you're welcome. I expect my royalties later down the road.
You got on the show, didn't you?
It's not enough. I'll have my lawyer contact your lawyer.
Okay, you got on the show, didn't you?
We'll put this in black and white, mamas.
And Charlotte said you pushed her off the show, didn't you?
No, I did not. Don't even start that fucking rumor, bitch. Bye. I'm on this show.
You know what? Last week she said Last week she said, you know what? We need some more drama for this show. So I just literally had a drama. Charlotte knows we just kidding. Charlotte knows we were just kidding. She's been on this show.
You know what? I did come for her. Roast me in the comment section.
You secretly
come for me. Send for me.
You know, you secretly,
bitch,
you dynasty
sign on
that
delivery.
bitch.
I don't give a fuck. What you are going to do is come for me, okay? Thank you.
You dynasty that bitch. You just went, I'm going to take over this.
Done. But yeah, that was it. So I did that Montrose project with Montrose Angels, and then I did with Charlotte. And I love when I'm in my, I feel like creativity is my element. When I'm in it, when I'm creating and making shit that people can enjoy, I fucking thrive.
And you know what? I love being around creative people, which is why I have loved having creative people as my co-hosts on the show when I could have them as...
It makes up for your lack of creativity.
It makes up for my lack of creativity, which is not a lack of creativity because
actually, if you really want to discuss the subject...
This is the egos. I have to brush egos so much. Nice. Just see brushing the ego. Brushing the ego.
He's petting me and I'm making horse
which is weird and uncomfortable and you need to get out.
Now you know how I feel. Now you know how
You've actually done something that made me go, bitch, get out.
That's a first.
That is not,
That's a first.
And I've been through a lot, girl.
Yes, you have.
A lot.
You're a freak of leak.
A lot.
I fought all my life. Come through, Joel.
Come through, but So, yeah, I mean, we all over the place today.
So you posted on your notes that you want movies, comic books, music, videos, games.
Wait a minute. You know what? Wait a minute now.
Tell me, girl.
Holidays.
Oh, that's right.
It's the holidays, and it's holiday movie time.
But coming up, we got Christmas and we have New Year's.
But holiday movie time, which is always the most depressing time of the year because there's never anything for us to watch. And when I mean us, I mean as people of the community, the queer community. There's nothing for us to watch until.
Honestly, go ahead.
Until I watch the hokiest, most terrible, but greatest holiday romantic rom-com of all time.
Your first OnlyFans episode?
No, not my first OnlyFans episode. Which, by the way, you can catch any time this week.
Let me just save you that 99 cents that you're about to spend.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't do it,
girl. It's $1.09 with tax.
It's a waste of money.
It's $1.09 with tax. I got to pay the taxes. I got to pay the taxes
because the taxes ain't paying you.
Exactly. Well, are we always paying taxes?
We really are. We get fucked by government every day.
We get fucked by the government.
And that's okay. We're used to it by now.
You know, which is funny because you fuck on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, OnlyFans is not just about that.
Of course not.
You can watch cooking shows. You can watch.
And let's be honest.
But
what
come
do
on,
we really go on OnlyFans
what do we really go on OnlyFans for?
Teach me how to make French toast on fucking OnlyFans.
Yeah, unless you're teaching me how to make French toast while you're naked.
Teach me how to fuck a French toast on OnlyFans. That I'm signing up for.
Yeah, I'll sign. Wait,
I can go to YouTube and TikTok if I want to learn how to make French toast.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go OnlyFans. I want to see you do some freaking nasty shit with the fucking French toast, mamas.
I'm gonna take that mug from you. You can't have no more coffee, girl. No more coffee, because I'm learning things about you right now.
This coffee's strong,
and what you watching on OnlyFans, girl.
Don't worry about my subscription.
Girl, you scared, you frightening me. I feel like this is Halloween again. Were you frightening me, girl?
You scared me, mama. You scared me, and I don't like the sight of you.
But you know what I watched the other night?
I recognize you.
I watched this little Netflix.
It's somebody else.
Netflix. You know, Netflix has been doing pretty good when it comes to queer entertainment.
Yes.
And I hate to say this. I watched it's an animated show called Queer Force.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I found it cheesy, to be honest.
I actually watched it all the way through. By the way, how many episodes did you get through?
Barely one.
Okay, you have to get past episode 3.
I didn't catch my attention the way I thought it would, and I love the fact that there's representation out there, especially in the cartoon world. And I love it. I'm not against it. It didn't grab me by the attention horns, and I was just like, okay.
And I can tell you honestly, I can understand that because the first episode I went, no, I'm probably
the first episode they were being kind of low key cheesy and almost cliche in a way.
But I've learned something.
Like they were using the stereotypes to like get the show going. I was like, okay, this is what you want to do.
But I've learned something in the past.
Because you've had a long past, as old as you are, girl.
Yeah, exactly. If a show doesn't
a whole last century, go ahead.
Watch 3 episodes of a show.
Okay.
Just 3 episodes of the show. If you are not hooked by the 3rd episode, don't watch it anymore.
Usually the first, second episode kind of grows.
I know, but the pilot episode is. I've watched a lot of shows, and the pilot episode rarely that great.
It sounds like a first date. Like you have to do this on 2-3 days before you realize you like the guy.
It kind of is like a first date.
First date is impressions. Like if I don't like you on the first date,
but we're in an age now where there's so much entertainment. There's so much.
Yes,
so much. That if you can't catch us in that first episode, we will literally throw you away.
Adding to this conversation, I do love that anytime I log in now to any streaming service, any YouTube people that I'm watching, like there's a lot more LGBTQIA plus content on these services now. Like they are open about it. They're not. I don't think companies are scared anymore to associate themselves with a gay agenda or whatever, or just gay community in general. I'm noticing.
She said agenda.
Sometimes, depending on what conservative point of view, it's an agenda. And depending on what liberal point of view, then it's a thing. It's a community thing. But I am loving that nowadays you literally can log on to anything, and there's something representing you now, especially in the gay community.
There really is.
There's a lot more entertainment towards people of color. There's a lot more entertainment focused towards gay LGBTQIA plus community. Even in music, movies, TV, things like that. Like you have Lil Nas X, you have Saucy Santana that does on social media and music world. You have shows on Netflix. There's one show that just came out. I forgot the name of it, but it's about that single NFL player who just came out.
Oh, Colton Hayes.
Yeah, him. That one. There's that. There's just shows in general that have the gay stuff on it, and you're like, man, thank you. Like this is shit I can relate to. This is shows that I can understand. So I'm grateful that we are now where we are now in 2021, going into 2022. That we're much open to it.
You know what? One of the best shows I've watched so far, and now I know I was talking about Q Force, and like I said, get past episode 3. You get past episode 3, it gets better. It's actually a really good show.
Okay,
once you get past episode 3, I watched Single All the Way, which is the cutest gay love rom-com I've ever watched.
Aww.
It's cute because it's terrible, just like every other Hallmark movie.
Because you know what I love doing is like getting, like me and Bae will sometimes set up the projector at home and watch movies and like, oh, we'll watch something. And I love when I'm watching gay content because it's shit we can relate to.
But you know, probably one of the best I've watched so far is actually on HBO Max, and it's a little TV show from Canada, and it's called Sort of, and it's about a Pakistani millennial who is non-binary, and it's a comedy. It's about their adventures. By the way, I've had to learn to use the they them pronouns a lot more from watching this episode, because I don't think I've had to use that a lot. Honestly, I have not had to use they them a lot. In
my experience bartending, you come across people and their pronouns, and you learn to respect when you see trans women or trans men. You gotta. Now to me it's natural. Like I can automatically just look at you and say, hey, depending on if it's a trans man or trans woman, I can say, hey love, hey girl, hey boy, hey whatever, and be respectful of the pronouns.
And I've learned quite some time ago, especially working in the service industry that I do, that I no longer use sir or ma'am. I use folks.
Hey girl.
Or
hey mamas.
What's going on?
Hey queen.
How are you folks?
At least I do it my
What's
job.
up guys? And I call both men and women guys, so it's not.
I'm so used to telling people, hey love, and sometimes even when I go out to supermarkets, I'm like, thank you love, and I'm like, shit, I just told this straight guy, thank you love. He's gonna like freak out, and
I don't even think they freak out that much anymore.
Yes and no, depending on the person.
Yeah, and it usually depends on the person and what situation you're in. If you're in Walmart, no, I'm not going to say hey love.
Okay.
And to nobody in Walmart at all, male or female, because no, I don't. Not in Walmart. No, I've seen what goes on in Walmart. Especially, remember. Are there still Walmarts that are open 24 hours a day?
Yeah, super centers, of course.
Oh, God.
Yes, queen.
I remember we used to go to the one on West.
Lifesavers at 3 in the morning. You'd be surprised.
But you see all kinds of...
The most interesting characters. There's pages called People of Walmart.
Yeah, I know. I've seen those.
Catered to the Walmart culture versus the Target culture. Like, even on TikTok.
You mean, we call it Target. Target.
We. Mama, you're still going to the 99-cent store. What do you mean we?
Girl. Well, yes. Currently, I'm at the 99-cent store because girl is on a budget.
Can you spell Target? Target?
But, you know what? We like I said, we are slowly getting ourselves stabilized again.
Look at her making a drink. Get a queen.
Making another
Nobody
cup of coffee.
Noticed.
We have our little coffee maker right here.
We do. I need to refresh my coffee, too. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
As he obviously, I at least put it on the table down there. He just... Lord.
You know what? I'm not embarrassed of who I am.
But yet you're still calling it coffee.
Of what I like. I'm embarrassed of you, but that's a different story.
Okay, that
was me. And that was, it came from the right place, and I'm sorry.
That's all right. I mean, that's okay. I realize that it's okay that I'm a little bigger than you. And you don't have to be embarrassed by that.
By the way, we have a guest in the background. Y'all can't see him, but he just wanted to sit in on the show, watch the dynamic happen, and he's thinking about...
I feel like we're entertaining him
more than... He's holding back his laughter.
I feel like we're...
Thank you.
I feel like we're entertaining him more than anything else.
Well, he's seeing the shade fest going on. And
But you know what? I've known him for 20 years.
Have you, Joel? How intimately do you know?
Okay, you know what? We can't talk about that on this show.
We don't want to expose the secrets.
We can't talk about this on this show. Let it go.
Tune in for an after show special.
Do you want to have a conversation about your man?
Tune out.
There we go. So we can't talk about that on this show. We have been good friends.
That's it.
For 20 years.
That's it, mamas.
Let's call it there.
And we'll leave it there. Period. I love how you both are blushing. But he says we are Luis, that's his name. Luis. Just making sure. Oh, don't get overprotective over your friend.
I'm not getting overprotective.
It's like, first of all, you're not going to call him that. You're going to call him this. Is that understood? Are we capished? Got it, girl.
Well, you know what? Actually, and he knows this. I actually had a slight crush on his middle brother, but he's a little bit on the rough side.
Your brother? You got a middle brother?
He's a little bit on the rough side. And when I say rough, I mean he's a little bit on the rough side.
I'm taken at the moment, but if I wasn't taken, I would come for him. I would.
Are you talking about his middle brother, or
whoever's first?
Okay.
Period. So, anyways, you have other notes on here, which thank you, by the way, for letting us roast you a little bit. Appreciate that.
He's never going to come over here again. I'm never going to get him in the house.
I don't even want to come here.
I'm never going to. He was going to be my director for my OnlyFans video, but now he ain't never going to come over.
Why
here
would you volunteer for that? Why would you sign up for that?
Because he has a stronger stomach than you.
That's what he said. How do you know, Joel? How do you know his stomach is strong?
I've seen him eat. He has a stronger stomach than me.
We'll just leave it at that. He was. We don't want to know what he ate and swallowed. God.
Okay, you know what? Don't make me bring.
What we not gonna do?
You want me to get you divorced today? Don't do that.
Oh, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. What we're not gonna do.
What we're not gonna do.
What you're not gonna do.
We you know what? We are having fun on this episode.
About fucking time.
We are having fun on this. You know what? You're right. It is about fucking time. It really. Look, I'm gonna be honest here. It is about fucking time. We have gone back and forth and everything else, but that was because, like I said,
I think what helps is we've had breaks in between, so we're not doing. And we've learned to restructure the show to where we have at least 1 week off.
Yeah, exactly.
It helps when we refresh and we need it. We need it. We realistically need it to like have those moments off. It's back to back. It's like, okay, I'm caught up on your life. You're caught up on my life. But when we take a week off, girl, let me tell you what happened when we were off.
Which, by the way, hurt me a lot because it's like,
what doesn't hurt you?
Not much.
Let's start with your childhood trauma. Let's go there. No, I'm kidding.
Not much. Not much really hurts me that much.
Get into his therapist, becoming his therapist. Where did it all begin?
That's a 2-hour episode, girl.
Where did it begin?
That's a 2-hour episode.
What was the moment in your life?
Well, it all started.
Thanks for sharing, Joel. That was good. That was really great. I love this talk.
It all started when I peeped through a keyhole one day and realized that I was gay in that moment. And I was 6.
Okay. Dang. She was gay girl.
I was 6. I didn't know the word was gay at the time, but I knew what I liked at that moment.
She was a fagut from the early age. Have you been watching or looking at popular news lately? What's been going on?
Can somebody explain to me why this is a thing now, especially on Twitter? And this is a thing now. Now, somebody posted on...
You get your news from Twitters?
Occasionally, not a lot.
I guess where I get my porn. So it's actually good for
I get my porn. You know what? There's so much porn on Twitter now. There is so much porn.
Some likes on some videos.
I don't even go to Pornhub anymore. I just go to Twitter.
If TikTok moves into that realm, I'll never leave TikTok. Ever. Bitch, I'll get all my algorithms and the porn I like. I'll even pay for that subscription service.
And somebody might want to put a ring on this, y'all. Somebody might want to put a ring on this.
If you like it, then you should put a ring on it.
So in the Twitter universe and in the regular universe, the big talk is about toy kitchen sets and whether or not they make young boys gay.
Oh, okay, that talk.
And I went, are you out of your fucking mind? This is the conversation with all the stuff going on in this country.
Come on, toxic masculinity.
This is what we're talking about.
I did say a little bit about that.
And by the way, a woman brought this conversation up. What'd
she say?
That she would never buy her son a kitchen set because she did not want her son to grow up gay.
Oh, okay.
With the state,
I can just tell she's a conservative.
With the state of men, the way that they are today, you know what? I grew up in a household where all the boys had to learn how to cook. They had to learn how to clean. They had to learn how to do laundry. They had to learn how. We had to learn how to do all of that.
I do believe it is whether it's your mom, dad, whoever the fuck you grew up with. Somebody has to teach you your basic survivor skills: cooking, ironing, washing your clothes, cleaning. Like you have to. There's some basic shit that you have to know. So when you go into the real world, you're prepared.
So
you're not going out there unprepared, and now you have to find girls or guys that will cook for you or whoever you date. Let's just put it there. Anybody, whoever your partner is, that you're expecting them to do everything for you. Like it should be equal. And
it's not the fact of. It's not even that. It's just the fact that
feminist woman
that toys. When did toys make us gay?
I can see what they mean by that, because the way society, the way we've identified gender is either blue or pink. And when you're young, you can't cross the line. That's forbidding. And it's the social programming growing up as a child that you're taught this is what you are. These are your colors. This is where you conform in. And so when a child wants to go outside of that conformity, it is like, no, because I'm trying to raise you to be this or that, whatever my personal agenda as a parent is. And sometimes it comes down to the parents, the culture, how they were raised. Depends how they were educated or ignorant. And even the most educated people can sometimes be ignorant and vice versa. So it comes down to social programming from as a kid where they say, you're a boy, so you're supposed to like bicycles, dinosaurs, dirt, outside play, guns, swords, and that's it. Oh, you're a girl? Princess, pink, teacups, tiaras, shoes, dresses, and Lord forbid you want to play with the boys. Lord forbid the boys want to play with the girls or share the toys, or because that's so we're teaching. It's almost like we're programming our kids. This is what
exactly.
And that's where you get all these traumas from kids that know they're gay from a young age, but they were taught one thing and they're programmed to be one way, and it contradicts. Well, my instincts tell me I like this, but you're forcing me to do that. So I think those are the insecure parents. I'm not a parent, so I'm only speaking from my personal opinion. I'm not telling you as a parent how you should or should not be. I don't
care about your kids. I'm going to be honest. I don't care about your kids.
Anyways.
I don't care how you raise your kids, but I just think that it's ridiculous. I played, you know what? I will say this I'm old. So as a child who grew up in the early 70s, I played with both male toys and girls' toys.
As our culture is becoming more accepting and more open, I'm seeing even on social media
a lot of backlash when it comes to that.
Yeah, of course, because it's not traditional. It's not, and people are slowly realizing that traditional is not what holds us together.
Yeah, exactly.
It's outdated at some point. It's outdated, and so people are becoming more progressive with their points of view. And some parents are realizing, newer, younger, modern parents that are in this 2022 world, 2021, going into 2022, they're realizing maybe my son likes that kind of, maybe he is gay. And they're more accepting. They're more open to the idea. They're more willing to let their child explore what old conservative views did.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I think for those that kind of like,
still holding on to the old guard.
That's an insecurity, or that's a. It's almost like they are worried what people think about them, and because of how their child reflects.
Because we're still living in a society where
you care about what the other person.
You care about what everybody else thinks, and you're exactly. You know what? I'm glad I listened to your point of view because that's exactly
about
right.
Fucking time, bitch.
It really boils down to
17 episodes.
It's not about the kids, it's the perception that the parents have of what people are going to think about them.
Here's a little personal life anecdote. For example, when I came out to my mom, she was that narcissistic mother that looked at it as like, oh my God, how do I look now because my son is gay? Let me process. I'm like, girl, it's not about you. First and foremost, it's about me. I'm just letting you know, keeping you in the loop. But she was that kind of mother, was like, she was accepting, don't get me wrong. She was accepting, said, hey, I love you, whatnot, but give me time to process this. And I was like, bitch, it took her a year.
Can I ask you a question? Because I've always wanted to ask you this question.
We're out of time. I'll see you later.
Was your mother surprised when you said it, or was
she actually was? She
was surprised. Whereas my parents weren't.
Whether she watches the show or not, I think I've mentioned it once or twice. Whether you're watching that girl, I'm just keeping it real. I grew up with a narcissistic mother. So narcissists tend to look at, how does that reflect on me? How does that look on me? What will people say about me? So she kind of took it from that perspective. And the first thing she asked, like, who else knows? Am I the only one that knows? Like, she wanted to be the first. Like, I'll give you that. You're the first to know on our family. My intimate friends, they all know who I am, what I'm about. But then she later followed, well, give me time to process. I'm like, I told her, you have about a year. I literally had to tell her, you have a year. I'll give you a year time frame, and anything after that, mama, I'm going to come out loud, gay, and fucking proud. If you're embarrassed by it, that's on you. That's not on me. I'm sorry. I can't help you there. If you want to call me and text me, let me know. I'm available.
Can I tell you this?
I will ignore your call like I usually do, but you know what, mamas? Come through.
I think you literally just put out the most amazing perspective to that argument. Because everybody was so focused on the kid, but everybody forgot about the parent.
Correct.
And I think that for the first time, it's the psychology of the parent, not the child.
It's about the child. It's the parent. It's how the parent feels they're going to be perceived by society, by their friends, by their work coworkers, by their family. Some people have more toxic families than others. So if I know that you are my family and you're toxic as fuck, or you're very negative, and I come, hey, by the way, my child's gay, what is the first thing you're gonna? Wow, that's your fault. I can't believe it. How would you let that happen? You failed as a parent, and now you have all these stigmas on you, and you're like, fuck, did I fuck up? And some people are more easily influenced than others. Not everybody's strong-minded. I'm strong-minded, so if my child said, hey, I'm gay, I'm cool. Let's do that. I support you.
And I think that's what modern parents do now.
Exactly.
But I think that...
So I value... go ahead.
But I think that at the same time, we're still looking at those who are still trying to hold on to the old values, and they're only holding on to the old values because...
That's selfishness at the end of the day.
It's selfishness, and it affects them, not the child.
It's more about how it affects you than it affects your child.
Yeah, exactly.
The priorities are mixed. The priorities aren't there. And that lets you know loud and clear where your parent is at with that.
You know what? It takes coffee. It does take coffee. There you go.
That's why I think the coffee company for providing this delicious, strong coffee.
We don't do this that often, though. You know, we honestly do not, and we've been very...
I like the coffee mugs, by the way. I think we should keep the coffee mugs.
You want to keep the coffee mugs?
Yeah.
Yes.
We can bring variety of coffee mugs. I'm going to see if I can make us... I'm going to look into it, make us like our coffee mugs with our show.
Well, probably when we get to the point, I think, and by the way, 2022 is going to be the year...
When we acquire some more views
yes.
and we finally get paid from this shit... You're going to see newer stuff, mamas. Until then, roast me in the comment section.
So, 2022 is, merchandise will be put out.
That.
All kinds of stuff is going to happen.
We have plans coming up for the show.
We have plans coming up.
Because of what I was discussing before we even came on to the recording and everything, I was just telling you, I think our year one was learning, focusing, and dialing in on how to perfect the show, because we're both passionate about what we do.
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
Passionate about what you do on your side of what your responsibilities are, and vice versa. And now now that we are at a point, like I said earlier, from episode 1 to where we are to this current episode, we've come a long fucking way.
We have come a long way,
production wise, everything wise. So I can see 2022 being a good journey for us. Now that we can focus on other things,
I can actually, honestly, I see an empire happening. I see an empire happening.
And that's on God.
And that,
period.
Yes. I see an empire. I see that you...
Kitty.
And like I said, it has taken me a little bit of time to try to figure out who I am and where I'm going to go.
You've actually gotten more comfortable on video now.
Yes, I
Compared to video 1, he was very stiff, like, where do I look? And I'm nervous. And now video 17, I think, you're like, girl, what?
Well, it's literally... It literally is.
That's growth.
It literally is about seeing. You know what made me super happy, and the happiest thing that has ever made me is I could click on my TV and I could watch our show.
Yeah, I like doing that.
And the video quality is where I want it. Whereas I always wanted that video quality.
Yeah,
I always wanted that, and I didn't mean any harm by saying this.
He's gonna do an oh my god, I can feel it coming. Oh my god.
No, I'm not doing. Girl, no, I'm not doing that. I felt
it coming. You ever seen his Oh My God's Lewis in action? Oh, girl. But you've seen him?
I know.
Girl, I see past them. As he's doing, I'm like, stop. You're doing them out. But oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, you. Take a picture.
When I watch the videos, I think that's exactly what I want. So now we're going to move on to what do we do next? So that's what I see.
Yep.
That is exactly what I see. And I watch every video. And I honestly think that he sometimes thinks that I don't watch the videos.
No, I know you do. I
watch every part of the video. I see, but I spend a lot of time seeing
more the technical side.
The technical side.
You and I do that. I do that. I do that too. As much as I see the video for what it is, I also study what we did. That's what we were talking about earlier. That's how we become. That's why we have these constructive criticism talks where like, hey, I saw this. I think we can improve here and there. Tweak this, tweak that.
But I end up watching a lot of videos from other creators and getting ideas from them and thinking, how am I going to do this when I'm on camera? I ask questions. I talk to the community. I do all this kind of stuff on the side because I'm trying to always do better.
Correct.
And I know I'm still one of the biggest problems that I still have is being a bit more organized. That is my biggest problem, and that has always been my biggest problem my entire life.
Get me started.
There's an audience member who knows who I am.
Who agrees with me.
Who agrees 100%.
Girl. We've had arguments.
Yes. Who agrees 100%. But at the same time.
Campfire sessions like mamas.
But at the same time, this was also the person that said, I can't believe you put all this together. And you made it work. And I've heard that from a lot of people, not just the person there, but from a lot of people I talked to. Joel, I can't believe you put all this together. I can't believe that you sat down and decided to do something that we all talked about. Yeah. All we do is talk about stuff. You actually decided to do something
in our life. So we're both passionate about what we do. We put the effort into it. Whether we get 1 view or we get 20 views or we get 100 views, like we just
exactly.
Good. We're learning, we're getting there, and we'll become better at it. How about that?
And I think that's a life lesson for everybody who is watching is...
Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Don't
be that girl.
If there are people with ideas...
Just kidding, guys.
If there are people with ideas, support that. If there are people who want to do something, do it. Because this is what I'm doing. And I'm going through all the stuff that goes with it.
Get the right people around you that walk.
Just make sure you get
not only talk the talk, but walk
the walk.
Because everybody talks the talk. I got you, girl. I'll help you out. And you do this and you do that. And then when it comes down to their end of the deal, the bargain, they're like, oh.
I don't want to do that because I'm scared.
I don't know what to do. I was just saying it to encourage you. And it's like, no, bitch.
You had a fantastic idea. Let's do it. Let's make it work. Let's make it happen. Let's figure out how to do that. And then they go, well, I was just talking, but I didn't mean it.
That part.
And
you learn as a creator, people that create things and make things, you learn to know when people are being serious and they're just like bullshitting you in the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
And I always say to the person, when they throw ideas my way and whatnot, we should do this, we should create that, we should record this, we should like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, cool.
And that's the lesson from
I'll wait on you to call me. Or I'll wait on you to start planning it, organize it, and then let me know when you're ready and we'll go from there.
And that's the beautiful thing about why we do this show is because I think we want people to understand we might not get a lot of views. We're working on a lot of stuff, but we might not get a lot of views, but we do it because we enjoy it.
We ain't shit.
And we are living...
Until we become the shit.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how you do it.
So we just the shit waiting on the flies to...
Exactly.
We're just the shit piece of
Finish
shit.
it.
We're just the shit waiting on the fly to land on us, so what?
There you go. Well, you know
I'm
what?
so wise. I'm so enlightened. I'm so there. What you're not going to do is stare at me like that in the moment of inspiration. Because I'm that girl. I'm that spiritual girl right now.
But Julio...
The alcohol really brings that voice out of me.
That voice comes out of you regardless of where we're at. You could be behind the bar doing your thing. You could be walking down the street. Walking your dog, minding your...
Period.
My dog is just out here, just doing his thing. Y'all just need to let him do his thing.
Yeah, your impression of me.
Oh, my God, girl. Calm down. Because she can do that. Jesus.
I'm dead. And the show's over.
And the show's over.
You will not see from me ever again. Thank you for this time, Joel. I'm out of here.
And she is gone.
She's like, finally, that bitch left. Nobody even liked her.
Well, it's been a good episode.
That's a good camera. That's why she's that's why she's around. That bitch.
You realize the show is over now. It's been a good episode. I'm sorry. Did you want to keep going? Because I think we're done.
We are. We had a good episode. Let's at least discuss your TikToks. You want to talk about some TikToks?
No.
Watching that. You don't want to do this episode, or you want?
No. Well, we're going to do that next time. I want you to.
No, let's do it now. Fuck it. No, we had a good. Let's at least talk about them, and then we can finish the show.
No, I think we should do it on next week's show.
Okay.
Because I think I want to get that a little... The more that I talk with him, the more that I realize I want to get that a little bit more organized.
So next week, we're going to do... where Joel has been watching some TikTok content creators, and he just wants to talk about them, feature them, say, hey, I enjoy your content, and I love what you're doing. Keep going, and we want to have our...
Yeah, exactly.
So I watched some right before we started recording, so I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So we're actually going to sit down and do that, but I want to focus a little bit on making sure that we get that right when we do that and not do that on the fly because I'm really glad to be right back at doing the show with you again.
I'm not.
Back in the studio. We're back in the studio.
I don't even know how I got here.
You drove, bitch. Please don't do that. Please don't be. You drove, bitch. I called you on the phone and I said...
Forcibly, I'm here.
I said, girl, what do you need me to do to make sure the show was ready? Girl, just have all my lights up. I said, girl, your lights are already up.
Done.
They're already done. I want to thank Luis Perez, who showed up.
He sure did.
And we can't put him on camera because
do you have an Instagram or anything like that people can like follow? What?
No, he doesn't want to do that.
A Grindr account, something?
He's on TikTok, yo.
He is on TikTok. Okay, we'll put your at. Give us your at for your TikTok. We're gonna put it right here on the description.
Because he's been kind of like our.
Apparently, he has a broken heart or something.
You know what? This is actually what Easton wanted for us. He wanted us to work in front of an audience.
Yeah.
And I really want you to get in practice to work because I really want to work in front of an audience.
Yeah.
I really want the show to start working in front of the audience.
An audience of one. Thanks, Lewis. We can cross out the bucket list. We achieved that.
I swear to God, if this video does not get us views, I swear to God,
it won't.
It won't, but I swear to God, people on YouTube are going to go, what the fuck is wrong with these two guys? They're going to go, what the fuck? And we're going to be the most popular people on the planet.
These two fagoots.
Wait a minute. What is... Oh...
It's a nicer way of saying
yes. No.
The F word.
No.
That you don't like.
Fagoots. I got it.
I learned that from my bestie, Jared. One day he was like, bitch, you're a fagoot. And I was like, what is fagoot? And he explained it. I was like, I like it. It's cuter. It's cleaner. It's not as aggressive. That part.
Yes, exactly. So
this is the part where we finish our coffee.
This is the part where we finish our coffee. And we had such a great time.
We did.
We had a wonderful time. And I feel like that...
Finally, I enjoyed being with you.
I know. I finally enjoyed being with you, too.
You're actually cooler than I thought you were.
I know. And I didn't have to walk away going, he hurt me again. Again, he hurt me. Somebody help me.
You're always the victim. You're always playing that role.
I know. Somebody has to play the victim in this relationship.
True.
Period. While he wears where'd you get that silver chain from, girl?
Don't worry about it, Mama. You can't afford it.
Oh, I forgot you ride motorcycles. That's your thing.
Too. I do. I got this at H&M actually, so you can't actually afford it. You can't afford it. It's H&M,
girl. Girl, I can walk down the street and go get one at the mechanic shop right down the street. Can I have that, please?
Can I have that chain?
Can I have that chain?
Now I look like it. Period.
Yeah, I got it at H&M.
Period.
Oh, we made a fool of ourselves and we had a good time doing it.
We did.
Yeah, thank you for joining us for another episode of That Little Gay Talk Show.
Okay.
Another crazy episode where we talked about everything and nothing.
That part.
Where we had nothing organized, but we still had a good time.
We managed.
Thank
you guys for watching. Please check out our YouTube. Please check out our social media. I'll post the links here. Like, follow, subscribe, all that BS that comes with it.
And like I said, he'll have all the information for the charity organization that he's working with.
Correct.
He'll have all the information. He'll have the video for Charlotte in his video, which is amazing, by the way. Y'all need to check that out. He'll have all that for you.
Ew.
And by the way, watch Jingle All the Way. We didn't talk about it enough, but watch it because it's fun. It's hilarious.
Thank y'all.
Thank you very much. Be careful. Peace out.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.